Today on Zielonka, we've just one more field to plant on our farm and more than enough time to get it done. Will we have the time to earn some extra money? Let's get farming. Hello and welcome back and welcome to Zielonka. And yeah, this is the field we did last time. This is the red beet. And I'm having a quick look here and we've got weeds. Rather unhappily, we've got weeds. It's nowhere near as many weeds as we got in field 52, which we didn't do anything to deal with them in. But it still kind of matches field 51, where the potatoes ridged themselves. So this is a little bit odd. The ridger seems to have no effect on preventing weeds with vegetables. With potatoes, it seems to have had an effect, but certainly there is little to no effect here at all on the vegetable field, beyond the fact that we've got we've got a ton of weeds in 52. 52 is full of weeds though, because we waited between doing the subsoiling and doing the ridging, and that seems to be what the difference is between these two fields. However, again, it doesn't look like the ridger does much in precision farming, which is a little bit odd. One thing it has prevented us from needing to do is rolling this field. We have no need to roll here with the ridgers on, so it at least does replace the whole idea of getting a roller on the field. And I think if we didn't ridge this field, then we would end up having to roll it anyway. And as we have the ridger but we don't have the roller, we might as well use that on here. But certainly it doesn't seem to be a weed prevention measure, and it doesn't seem to be something that, in precision farming at least, increases the level of the nitrogen either. So yeah, we're not really got any use for the ridger beyond its use as a roller and well, as in preventing rolling, but we have it, so that is what we're using it for. Beyond that though, yeah, it seems to be fairly pointless with precision farming. So yeah, what are your thoughts on this? How have you tried the ridger in precision farming? Have you found it to be more use than I have at the moment? Because right now I'm not really sure why we have this this new piece of functionality in here, other than possibly to help with the potatoes. As I said, we've had far more success with keeping the number of weeds down on potatoes by using the ridger than we have on any of the vegetable crops so far. So what are your thoughts on that? And with that fairly long intro today, we are going to crack on with today's field. We want to get this planted. This is just the carrots. We actually have 2 months still to get them planted. Both this month and June would be fine. Personally, the sooner we can get them in the ground, the better. I'm really kind of hoping, though, that we might be able to get a contract done today as well. There's a couple of decent contracts going. They're both baling contracts, or they're all baling contracts, in fact, because baling contracts seem to be the most profitable. We're way off. Let's turn that off and turn that on again and position ourselves nice and straight. Yeah, I set it up at the wrong angle. In fact, wow, that feels quite a way over. We'll drop the back down so that we're starting to subsoil, and then we'll try and keep on this angle here, see if it all holds. Set our second waypoint, automatic width, and Away we go. And it seems to be holding at about 0.1, 0.2, which is not far off where we want to be. And yeah, look at that. Nice and straight. So we'll get this field done. We should be able to start the destoner going once we're about a third of the way into the field. And then once we've finished this job, we can start on getting the ridger going. Because we're in a position where we should easily get this field done today and possibly earn some extra cash from a contract, I'm very much thinking that we could take on another field this year and see if we could do that. The question very much at the moment is exactly which field. I've been having a look around at the various fields we got. We got field 86, which is full of the beet, which is currently 30,000. So that's 30,000. 47, I think, has... I know that has corn in it. 45 might be it. 76 and 45. In fact, 76, 17,000 and 13,000. Wow. That is... both of those are really good. In fact, we could add 3 fields with our 3 vegetable crops, but not a huge amount of money, and they are all already seeded. So we wouldn't need to get those fields ready at all. It is just the whole thing of, can we get them harvested in time? As I said before, our harvester is not massively wide, and it all kind of depends on how quickly we can get through. We do know that we don't have too much problem actually harvesting during the rains, so rainy harvest season is not going to be a massive issue for us. But can I get through that many fields in one go, or am I going to come a cropper? It would produce a huge amount of triple soup though if we did that, and yeah, that would just bring in a massive income for us. So our first tractor is about a third of the way through the field. Let's grab the stone picker on the back of the Massey and get both of these going. Oh, we might fill this up with some fuel as well, I think, on our way. So I'll back it up a little bit further. Hook it up. There we go. And then we can go and grab a bit of fuel from our fuel tanks around the back of our shed. We still need to go and get this whole thing. Oh, sorry, we still need to get a house. We have no house yet on here at all, and could really do with that. We're still living out of the bus, and it's cold night sitting in that bus, even with the fire that we've got in it. There we go, DEF in as well. So I want to develop the farmyard a bit before we pay off all of our loan. We should have enough this year to do that, and I think if we got those 3 fields, we definitely would have enough from this year's harvest to do that. So it's really a case of, can I get through it all, as opposed to am I going to make enough for it, and can we manage it? We can definitely manage it with the equipment that we've got. I just don't know if we can manage it with the harvester. Right, line that up, put that on a hired worker, and yep, that can start collecting up the stones that we're pulling up with our subsoiler. Quite cool actually having this tractor. We would not be able to do this fast without it, because our little tractor cannot pull that stone picker up these hills, so we wouldn't be able to do these 2 jobs at the same time. We'd have to be doing the subsoiling separately, and then the stone picking, and then the ridging, and then finally our farm all is useful for doing the seeding. So none of it is really possible without 2 tractors of a decent power level like we have here. And so having this has made a big difference to how much we can do. And that's the thing. That's where the questioning comes in for me, is that now that we've added another tractor, is it just now is when is a great time for us to expand? Get these extra fields in, get the extra areas we can work, and start earning even more cash. We've got the fields, we've got the tractors, the harvesters are, or the harvester is possibly the biggest worry I have at the moment. It's so expensive, and it's just so time consuming to use because we can only take so much at once. To the point actually where I'm kind of going, is it time to upgrade our trailer? We had a look a little while ago at going from this, which is the half pipe we've got at the moment, up to something maybe this size for 33,000, or this size for much bigger or for much more. And we did have one in the sale at one point. I don't think there's one there now. Go forwards. Yeah, I don't think we've got one available at the moment, but yeah, one came up, and I think the trick to having an efficient time with the harvester is going to be exactly that. Either of our tractors, I think, will pull a bigger trailer like that. So that then begs the question, that's 36,000. How much is our actual one that we've got worth? Because if how much is the side dump? How much does that hold? Wow, that holds nothing. We can go up to 33,000 liters with that. The Flegel, the ASW, for 52,000, we can go up to 30. I think this is the one I want. The Cramp Big Body for 35,500. That would absolutely do the job. We've got that at the moment. That does potatoes only. Yeah, I think that's going to be the thing. I think in order to be more efficient in our harvest, in the same way as we are efficient in our planting, is absolutely going to be staying on the field for longer, filling that harvester, filling from the harvester, and then going and tipping a larger amount. I think our half pipe trailer may not cut it anymore as far as that. So this year, it might be time to go and replace that before we get into the harvest. Something I like to do while I'm working across a field like this is sort of plan out the next couple of months and think what we can do and where we can go and how we can do things on the farm. Checking the crop calendar, we have only 2 months before we start potato harvesting. In fact, we've only 2 months before we start all the harvesting on the farm. So over the next couple of months, we really need to get ourselves ready for harvest. We need to put some fertilizer on all these fields. We need to weed all these fields, especially after discovering that weeds still grow in our ridged fields there. So yeah, lots of weeding to do, lots of spraying to do. I think we're going to have to do the herbicide next time and get that on there and spot spray. I'm glad I kept the weeder. Because had I not, then we'd have had to lease it again this year, and this way we can eventually buy it and it'll be all good. So I've got a tough couple of months. I'm kind of glad that we've got ahead of ourselves and ended up with finishing, hopefully getting this finished today, because if we don't, then we're only going to have like a month to turn everything around, and with lots of stuff to do. So that's good news, that we should be able to get this through this month. What I would like to do, I think, is get all of our triple soups sold over the next couple of months as well. We've got a fair amount in stock now. We're up to 15,000 liters in storage, plus the stuff that's sitting outside We've got a decent amount of parsnips and red beet left. I think if we sell just before the harvest, even though the price seems to be dipping at the moment. Let's bring up the triple soup here. Yeah, so the price seems to stay high month on month. It says March is the best price time to sell, but at 2,400 there, and we're sitting at 2,500. I think selling to Erlengrad, it's always a good price. So I've no worries about selling that there. And at the moment, that's going to bring in, with what we have, it's going to bring in about 80,000. So that is more than enough to do pretty much everything I want to in the lead up to harvest. If we can get that sorted, then we are going to be looking really, really well for our harvester costing us a load of money. We should be able to buy that big trailer going into harvest as well, which would be great, especially as I've checked, and our current trailer is worth about 20,000-ish. So that's really good. Let's line ourselves up here, redo the width. Down with this. Oh, we need to turn this on. So let's back up a little bit. Turn it on. Put it down. And start with our ridging. Perfect. And yeah, we should be able to get everything done and have plenty of money. I am questioning, though, today whether we actually want to be doing a contract or not. It might still be wise if we have time, but it has just gone midday, so time may not be with us. I'm 4 rows in, so we'll get this lined up. We'll place it down and position it in a little bit. Hired worker on. Time to get the cedar. Before we continue, this video is brought to you in partnership with the awesome people at Apex Gaming PCs. I've teamed up with Apex Gaming PCs to create my own custom line of PCs suitable for everybody from beginner farmers to virtual farming experts. Apex Gaming PCs are offering up to $250 off your next purchase just by using my link in the description below. So go check them out. And this is why I just placed it out here, so that we could very quickly and very easily just bring it out to the field. We want in this carrots, because that's what we're going to be doing, to line our wheels up with the edge setup. Whoa. So edges there. Put the middle of the tractor into that furrow there. Right, and then hire a worker for that. And I don't know if it's going to use all of the carrot seed that we've got in this for this field. Having the 3 tractors working in the field like this is fantastic. So we've got the seeder here, we've got the ridger on this, and then just beside me over there, we've got the Massey doing the stone pickup. It's just like clockwork. It's so efficient and working so well. And I think we're going to have a similar sort of thing happening when we come to do the potatoes in a couple of months. The idea is going to be to have all 3 tractors going. I don't know actually if I want to keep my half pipe for the potatoes. That might be wise, seeing as we do actually have a tank on the potato lifter. So we'll see if we actually need to keep the half pipe. But I think certainly for our vegetables, getting that large trailer is going to be a boon, and it's just going to make everything more efficient. If we have to make 1 trip instead of 3, that is just going to keep that harvester going for so much longer and make things so much quicker. Our stone picker looks like it's on its final run down the roadway there. It's picking up stuff right on the verge at the moment. So as we come to the bottom here, I'm just going to turn this round line it up for its next run, and then I think with that coming to the corner, we should be able to pick that up as soon as it finishes, and we can go and tip those stones. In fact, yes, that's come to the end. Yeah, there we go. That's finished work. So we'll line this up. Seems to want to go a little bit further over. That's fine. We'll then disengage the GPS once we're on and down. Yeah, and we'll send a hired worker off on that job. Picks up nicely with this, and that same as the previous field. This just fits really nicely with where we want to go with this and get this tipped. Of course, that also means that this tractor is now freed up, and if we want, we can go and try and have a go at that contract. We've got about 3.5 hours, 3 hours to see if we can get through that. I think we can do it. As always, I'm not expecting to earn much from these stones. We want to give a wide berth over that way. Tip them up. Maybe a couple of hundred, if that, off here. 185 plus, in fact, exactly a couple of hundred of that. Fantastic. That's all we needed. And we can go and drop our stone picker back at the farm now. And yeah, let's go and see what this contract holds. So let's park this up here. We'll drop it off the back. A bit dirty, but never mind. And we'll take this tractor over to the shop. We've got a fair amount of wear on this, but I think we're going to be okay. So over to here, and we'll take a look at the contracts. And yeah, field 64 is a silage bale contract. We know we can make about double from these than the actual amount says. If we look at the details, it says only 8,430, but we can make more than that. We can make probably about 14,000 off this. So we will borrow items, which is perfect. Now, I don't know if this here has... It does have a front mount, this reform, but we're not going to use that. We're going to use the reform to do the wrapping. We are going to stick the mower and the baler on this tractor here. So I'm going to ignore the windrower completely because I don't like these windrowers. I don't like these single side windrowers. I know that they're a very common thing, but they, to me in here, they take quite a long time. I've also never had one of these little reforms before. This is an odd piece of kit. It should work, though. Let's even have a PTO at the back. Oh, yeah, it does. So this would work. Yeah, I'm only going to use it to wrap. We'll get it following behind. So back this up. Connect it up to the wrapper. What a weird setup this is. Especially as, in fact, yeah, this setup here, this little reform, will not work with these on the back and the front. It has no rear 3-point. So that's very, very odd that that is given for this contract. It's cool and I like it, but yeah, very, very weird. Field 64 is where we are headed. So we'll follow the Massey with this. Are you following? Yes, you are. And 64 is down here. Yeah, at the bottom. So nice and easy to get to from here. Let's head down there and get this started. On our way down here, the rain has started, and this might be an issue. Not for what we're about to do. I think for what we're about to do, this will be absolutely fine. We're not going to sink into the ground or anything. It's going to be an issue for our seeder. For what we're doing on the other field, because we're going to have trouble getting them through the mud if it rains for too long. It's due to last for a couple of hours. And if it only lasts for a couple of hours, we might be all right. If it lasts any longer than that, I think we are going to have a big problem. Right, let's get this unfolded. So hired worker off, unfold it, and then we need to get this off to the side. So follow, and yeah, 2.5 meters to the side might do it. We'll see how this lines up as we go. Jump out to third person, see how our line alignment is. If that's following, oh yeah, I think it could probably be moved back slightly. So let's move that there. That should do the trick. On a positive note, our McCormick has finished, so that's good news. We can get that out of the way of our cedar, otherwise that's going to be a problem. But that is not going to get bogged down. It is just that last little bit of carrots that the farm will needs to seed. I hope it doesn't get too bogged down. We'll see. If it starts getting stuck, then we'll be able to do something about it. For now, I'm just going to park the McCormick over here, and we can get back to doing that contract. First bale out. Let's see if it picks it up and wraps it, please. That would be very nice. And yeah, that has worked. Fantastic. So we can now go around this field a few times. I want to try and grab as much extra grass as I can, because the more extra we can get, the more money we can make. And so yeah, this is the reason for the massive overlap at the edge here. We might actually make a huge amount of money off this. Oh, it's happened. And it's actually got stuck in the potatoes. Yeah, look at that. Oh, and the back wheels haven't destroyed anything, but that is well and truly stuck in there. There's nothing I can do to get that out. That is really, really annoying. Can we put it into reverse, maybe? Let's try reverse. And, oh, reverse, it'll move. Right, and forwards. See if we can get one wheel onto the harder ground. Yeah, there we are. We're out. I don't know if this is going to be able to do the rest of this, though, because if it's getting stuck in there like that, does that mean I'm going to have to babysit this and abandon the contract? Because that is, yeah, that is not looking great. Well, we'll set the hired worker off again, and we'll see whether they actually manage to work their way through. He's not going very fast, though, at the moment. This is actually working really, really well. We're going round in a bit of a racetrack setup, and yeah, it's working brilliantly. We are zooming through this field. However, we've run out of seeds in the farm hall, so let's lift that up. And oh wow, that is, yeah, that is some pretty deep mud at the moment. It's handling it, but wow, I really want to get this field finished. We've not got far to go. We've got maybe 3 rows to go, so we'll be able to come back at the top and get this emptied. But yeah, it is struggling through the mud, this little tractor. Let's back this up to our seed bags. I think if I have an individual bag, a seed bag mod on here. I don't know if I actually have it on this save, but I definitely have it, and I don't think we'd need more than a few seed bags to do the vegetables. You know, we've only just taken the top layer off that pallet, and that's the pallet that did last year as well as this year. So I think, yeah, with individual bags is probably all we need, and as a result, that would save us a whole load of money. Not that seeds themselves actually are that expensive. Right, drop us down the gears because it's a bit of a push to get through the mud, and then hired worker, and I think the carrots are away again. I've had to change things slightly to do a sort of a cut-in lands way of doing this, because I've realized that my truck, because it's offset, was starting to hit bales, and I can see a couple of bales that have been moved out of place because of that. So yeah, we've moved to a lands setup going forwards. We'll finish off this bit, and then I will cut right into the middle of this other section over here, just so that we can empty it out. I think we're just about halfway through the field here, so that should make enough sense. And we'll keep our baler nicely, or our wrapper nicely away from the bales that we've already wrapped. Farmall is finished though, so let's start her up and move it out the way. I'm glad that we managed to get that in despite the rain. That would have been really bad had we ended up with just a couple of strips down one side of the field that hadn't been planted at the same month as the rest of the field. In order to get around the top end here, I had to cut one line over, which is a little bit annoying, but I think we'll be able to sort that out a little bit later. It's also a little bit messy up that top end there, because there isn't a huge amount of space to turn around. As long as we can take that road there, though, from the other direction, I think we're going to be absolutely fine. We have made a great number of bales so far, though, so I'm really quite happy with that. It's working out pretty well on this field, and we've got a little bit of time left to go. It's more, can we get these all collected up, because it's going to take us more than a couple of trips to collect up this entire field. I think this is actually going to work out okay. We've got 2 rows on the far side, 1 row there, and with this row we're finishing up here. So it's going to be spot on for what we want to do. Just got to empty a bale here, so that'll empty out and get wrapped. And what a great number of bales. Can we see 20 bales we've got off here today? That's absolutely fantastic. I wasn't expecting that many. That does mean we got at least 5 trips to get all of these collected. So I don't know if we're going to do that today. We know we've got some spraying to do over the next couple of months, and we know that we've got some selling of our triple soup to do over the next couple of months. I think next month we could complete this contract, get all of these delivered once we've done some spraying. So yeah, I think a lot of clearing up next time is probably going to be the order of the day, and we'll be able then to get a little bit of extra cash in and be properly set up for our harvest. So let's get these last 2 strips cleared out, and we'll head back up to the farm, and we'll pick this all up tomorrow, I think. And just as we're coming to the end of the field, the sun is shining and out again. I'm kind of wondering if I can just eke one more bale out at the edge of this field. It doesn't need to be much. So if I go down there, no, how far in do I need to be? Yeah, so I can eke just a little bit more grass, as long as the the mower is even a little bit on this field, we can probably eke another bale out of it. Not going very fast though. Yeah, it's thinking that it's not on the field a lot of the time. Yeah, well, no, I don't think we can do it. We got so close. Just a little bit more is all we need to get a single bale out. And I'm not sure that there is any here that can be gleaned. Although we're up to 76%. Oh, wow, there's quite a lot actually up at this top end of this field that it'll still let me cut. We're up to 89%. Along the road here. Again, not really letting me cut much. Plenty on the end here, though. 94. I had quite a bit as I turned the corner. And 99. Yeah, there should be enough in this corner here to top that off. Fantastic. Turn it all off. Like that. Get that last one actually done. I'm going to take that end full because that is about to drive into that bale. We'll take the high end off. We'll get that so that it turns a bit sharper. Get that. Oh, perfect. Once that is unloaded, we can get this as a convoy back up to the farm or back up to the shop and drop it off. So fold it up like that. Do a follow there and we'll take this so it's following directly behind now. And yeah, all this can go back. I want to lift the mower itself off the floor though. Right, and away we go. So, looks like next time we're going to be collecting up these bales, completing this contract and seeing how much we get. We also, I don't think our triple soup will quite be ready. One thing we do need to do is deal with the weeds and maybe put some fertilizer on. So lots still to do on the farm as we move quickly towards harvest now. But for today, I'm going to leave this here. So all that remains is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.